They told us it was going to be 2 weeks to flatten the curve. We're in September 5th, and 7th month, going into the 7th month of this Great Tribulation, or lockdown, whatever you want to call it, this reset we're going through in the United States. And today's part 4 episode on what Jehovah's Witness and Jehovah and COVID have in common is very important. I ask if you have a Jehovah's Witness family member you could share this video with. Let them know this is very important. Episode 4, it has to do with our freedoms as American citizens, as human beings, as Christians. What Jehovah and COVID have in common, episode 4, is a powerful weapon that they use to keep people in submission, to keep their prisoners, keep their people, their citizens, trapped as prisoners. This weapon is called snitching. From a very early age, we were taught as children that it's wrong to snitch, wrong to be a snitch. In Hollywood, in the movies and entertainment industry, they used to have movies about snitches getting beat up or getting stitches. We've seen popular leftist, communist actors come out in favor of snitching. We've seen, since the COVID virus has come out, we've seen governors and leftist leaders, communist leaders here in the United States, imploring its citizens to rat on each other. Rat on each other. It's so sad. It goes against everything we learn from the early infancy, not to be snitches or rats. There used to be this gentleman named Robert De Niro, and he used to make movies against rats, and he implores people to be rats. The whole world is flipped upside down. Something Jehovah has in common with COVID is he implores his followers, Jehovah's Witnesses, to be rats. It's one big rat infested snitch cult. Everybody is always snitching on anybody. Children snitching on parents, parents snitching on children. It's grotesque. It's a complete and total lack of freedom. You can't worship God freely because you're always under the threat of being turned into your religious cult authorities. The same thing is happening to our nation. Citizen and neighbor is ratting out, being implored and advised to snitch. If somebody's having a birthday party, you rat them out to the authorities if they're not social distancing. It's very, very dangerous. It leads to the collapse of freedom. Episode 4 is very important because it is a tool authoritarian human beings use against their brothers and neighbors. The power of snitching on one to a higher authority. So that person is either jailed, that person is incarcerated, that person is fined, person is beat up. If you look at the videos of what's happening yesterday in Australia, where the authorities are going in and persecuting people for posting things on Facebook, that can easily happen in America unless we beat back this spirit of snitching. If you're a Jehovah's Witness, think about that. You're a rat. You're a rat. And you know you are. You're a cult, just like COVID. You'll snitch out your own mom, your dad, for the slightest infraction against Jehovah. Jehovah will leave you stranded, just like it has done millions and millions of ex-Jehovah's Witnesses here in our country. YouTube, Facebook, the internet is littered with your brothers and sisters that you guys have ratted out for the smallest infractions and torn up families. The same thing is happening with COVID. You're snitching out people for not social distancing, not wearing the mask, is breaking up countless numbers of families, leading to destruction in our country. So episode 4 is very telling what COVID and Jehovah have in common: the spirit of snitching.